Life is filled with illusions. Wrapped in comforting lies and painful truths, people say they want the truth, but do they really? The truth is raw, unfiltered, and often uncomfortable. Lies, on the other hand, are beautifully crafted stories that give comfort, even if they lead to destruction. Think about it. How often do people prefer a sweet lie over a bitter truth? How often do they ignore the reality staring them in the face because it is too painful to accept? The truth demands growth, and growth is uncomfortable. But lies? Lies allow people to remain stagnant, wrapped in an illusion of safety. Some lies are told by others, and some we tell ourselves. We convince ourselves that we are happy in situations that are slowly breaking us. We tell ourselves that everything is fine when deep down we feel empty. We stay in jobs we hate, in relationships that drain us, in cycles that repeat over and over again, because the lie that it will get better someday is easier to believe than the truth that we need to make a change. Change requires courage. Lies require nothing but comfort. And so most people choose the easy path, the lie that keeps them in the same place. But here is the paradox. No matter how beautiful a lie is, it will always be a lie. It will always be fragile. It will always have an expiration date. The truth, no matter how painful, remains strong. It cannot be broken, no matter how much you try to ignore it. And the moment you embrace the truth, no matter how much it hurts, something powerful happens. You become free. You stop running. You stop living in a fantasy and start living in reality. Yes, the truth may cut deep, but it will also heal you in ways that lies never can. Why do people resist the truth? Because truth requires responsibility. It forces you to look at yourself in the mirror and admit what you have been avoiding. It forces you to take ownership of your life, your choices, and your future. And that is terrifying for most people. It is easier to blame circumstances. It is easier to pretend that things are not as bad as they seem. It is easier to believe that everything happens for a reason, rather than accept that sometimes things happen because we made poor choices. Truth forces us to wake up. And waking up means leaving behind the comfort of dreams, no matter how sweet they are. But here's something most people don't realize. The longer you hold on to a beautiful lie, the more painful the truth will be when it finally reveals itself. Because the truth always comes out. Always. You can delay it, you can ignore it, you can cover it with more lies, but eventually reality will break through, and when it does, it will be ruthless. A relationship built on lies will collapse. A life built on illusions will shatter. And when that happens, you will realize that facing the truth earlier would have been far less painful than delaying the inevitable. So the question is, do you want comfort or do you want growth? Do you want the temporary sweetness of a lie or the lasting strength of the truth? The choice is yours. Most will choose lies because they are easy, but the few who choose truth, they will suffer in the beginning, yes, but they will also rise, they will evolve, they will live in a way that most people never will. Because once you embrace the truth, nothing can control you anymore. Lies may be beautiful, but truth is powerful, and in the end, power will always outlast beauty. People often chase illusions, not because they are unaware of the truth, but because they fear what the truth demands of them. The truth is not passive, it is not gentle, it is not something that waits patiently for you to accept it. It is relentless, knocking at the door of your mind, whispering in moments of silence, reminding you that something is off. But lies are soft and seductive. They give you an escape. They allow you to pretend that everything is okay, even when everything is falling apart. That's why people cling to them so desperately. A lie can make an unbearable situation seem tolerable. It can give you a false sense of security. But security based on a lie is no security at all. It's just a prison with golden walls. You may feel safe, but you are trapped. You may feel comforted, but you are living in a reality that does not exist. And the deeper you go into the lie, the harder it becomes to escape. Some people say the truth hurts, as if that is a reason to avoid it. But have you ever considered that the longer you avoid the truth, the more painful it becomes? The real pain is not in knowing the truth. The real pain is in resisting it. It is in pretending that you don't see what is right in front of you. It is in delaying the inevitable until the lie collapses and you are forced to face the consequences all at once. Think of a person who stays in a toxic relationship because they do not want to face the truth that it is over. Every day they feel the weight of that truth pressing on their heart, but they ignore it. They tell themselves that things will change, that love will return, that the good times outweigh the bad. But deep down, they know. They know the truth, and yet they refuse to act on it. And so the suffering continues, not because of the truth itself, but because of their refusal to accept it. The unknown is terrifying, but it is also where real freedom begins. A lie can give you certainty, but certainty is not the same as happiness. Certainty is just a cage where you know every corner, every bar, every lock, but it is still a cage. Truth, on the other hand, is an open road. It is unpredictable, sometimes chaotic, sometimes lonely. It does not promise immediate comfort, but what it does promise is something far greater: growth, strength, clarity, the ability to live on your own terms, not according to the illusions that have been placed upon you. When you embrace the truth, you stop playing by the rules of the world and start creating your own. You stop seeking validation because you no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. You stop fearing change because you understand that every ending is just the beginning of something new. And most importantly, you stop lying to yourself because you finally see that nothing is more painful than living a life that is not truly yours. Most people will never reach this point because they are too attached to their illusions. They would rather live in the safety of a lie than face the uncertainty of the truth. They will defend their false realities even when they are suffering. They will hold on to relationships that have already died, careers that make them miserable, habits that destroy them, because the pain of change seems greater than the pain of staying the same. But here is what they do not realize. The longer you hold on to a lie, the more it robs you of your time, your energy, your soul. And time is the one thing you can never get back. If you waste a year, a decade, a lifetime living in an illusion, you will never be able to reclaim that lost time. You can rebuild wealth, repair relationships, regain health, but time is gone forever. And that is why choosing truth, no matter how painful, is always the right choice. Think of the most painful moments in your life, the betrayals, the losses, the failures. At the time, they felt unbearable. But looking back, didn't they also set you free? Didn't they force you to grow in ways you never would have otherwise? Didn't they strip away the illusions and show you reality for what it truly is? This is the paradox of truth. It hurts, but it also heals. It destroys, but only so it can rebuild. It leaves you lost, but only so you can find your way to something greater. And once you understand this, you stop fearing the truth. You welcome it. You embrace it. Because you know that even in its harshest form, it is always leading you towards something real, something powerful, something that is meant for you. Lies may be beautiful, but they are fleeting. Truth is eternal, and in the end, only the truth will set you free. The most dangerous lies are not the ones others tell you. They are the ones you tell yourself. These are the lies that whisper in your mind, shaping your choices, controlling your fears, and keeping you from becoming who you are meant to be. The lie that says you are not good enough, that you don't deserve success, that you must play small to be accepted. The lie that tells you to wait for the right time, even though deep down you know that the right time never comes. These lies do not just limit you, they destroy you. They keep you trapped in cycles of doubt, fear, and hesitation. They make you settle for less than you deserve, because they convince you that you are not worthy of more. And if you believe these lies long enough, they become your reality, not because they are true, but because you gave them power. You see, it is not the truth that holds you back in life, it is the illusions you cling to. The illusions that tell you to stay where you are, even when every part of you is screaming for change. But where do these lies come from? They come from conditioning. From childhood you are taught who you are supposed to be, what you are supposed to believe, and how you are supposed to live. You are taught to conform, to follow the rules, to avoid risk. You are told to chase stability instead of passion, to seek approval instead of authenticity, to prioritize comfort over growth. These teachings do not come from truth, they come from fear, from a world that is afraid of people who think for themselves, who challenge the status quo, who dare to carve their own path. And so you are handed a script, a set of expectations that define your life before you even have a chance to decide for yourself. The problem is, most people never question the script. They accept it as truth, even when it does not align with who they are. They follow the path laid out for them, even if it leads them to misery. And by the time they realize that they have been living a lie, they are too afraid to change. But here is the truth. No matter how long you have been living a lie, you can always choose to step into reality. You can always choose to break free. It will not be easy. The world does not reward those who seek truth. It resists them. The moment you start questioning the illusions, you will face opposition. People will try to pull you back. They will say you have changed, that you are being reckless, that you are making a mistake. Not because they want what is best for you, but because your courage reminds them of their own fears. Because your decision to embrace truth forces them to confront their own illusions. And most people would rather stay blind than face reality. But you must not let their fear become yours. You must not let their doubt shake your conviction, because the moment you choose truth over comfort, your life will change in ways you never imagined. When you step into truth, you will lose people. You will lose the ones who only liked you when you played small. You will lose the ones who only supported you when you fit into their expectations. And that is okay, because you will also gain something far more valuable. You will gain yourself. You will gain clarity, confidence, and a deep understanding of who you are and what you are meant for. You will stop settling for things that drain your energy. You will stop chasing approval from people who do not even understand you. You will stop living for the expectations of others and start living for yourself. And that is when real freedom begins. Because freedom is not about doing whatever you want. It is about having the courage to do what is right for you, even when the world tries to stop you. It is about choosing authenticity over acceptance, truth over illusion, growth over comfort. The truth will cost you, but the lie will cost you more. The lie may give you temporary ease, but it will take your peace in the long run. It will make you live a life that is not truly yours. It will fill your days with regrets, your heart with emptiness, and your mind with questions of what if. And when you reach the end of your journey, you will not wish you had lived a safer life. You will wish you had lived a real one. Because at the end of it all, only one question matters. Did you live in truth, or did you spend your life hiding behind lies? And if your answer is the latter, no amount of excuses will make up for the time you lost. No amount of illusions will bring back the moments you wasted being someone you are not. That is why you must choose truth now. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because every day spent living a lie is a day you will never get back. But here is the beautiful part. When you choose truth, you do not just change your own life. You become a light for others. You become the person who gives others permission to embrace their own truth. You show them that they do not have to live in fear, that they do not have to settle for less, that they do not have to be who the world expects them to be. And that is the most powerful thing you can do, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Because the world does not need more people who conform. It needs people who think for themselves, who break free from illusions, who refuse to accept anything less than what is real. And when you become one of those people, everything changes. Your energy shifts. Your purpose becomes clear. Your life begins to align with something far greater than comfort. It aligns with truth. And truth, no matter how painful, is always worth it. The greatest illusion people live with is the belief that they have unlimited time. They tell themselves that they will follow their dreams someday, that they will walk away from toxic relationships when the time is right, that they will start living the life they truly want when everything falls into place. But someday never comes. The right time never arrives. And waiting for things to fall into place only ensures that nothing ever does. Life does not wait for you. Every second you hesitate, you are losing something you will never get back. And yet, most people live as if they have forever. They postpone their happiness, they put off their growth, they bury their desires under layers of fear and excuses. And before they know it, years have passed. The opportunities they once had are gone. The dreams they once felt burning inside them have faded. And the worst part, they have no one to blame but themselves. Because deep down they always knew the truth. They just chose to ignore it. But why do people resist the truth even when they know it is what they need? Because truth demands action. It requires you to change, to let go, to step into the unknown. And that is terrifying. Lies, on the other hand, allow you to stay where you are. They give you permission to remain in your comfort zone, even when that comfort is slowly suffocating you. That is why people cling to them so tightly. A lie can tell you that you are happy when you are not.